In this video, I will show you how to create a bubble chart. But most importantly, when do you have to create a bubble chart? You have to create a bubble chart if you have more than two quantitative variables. Two quantitative variables, you can always have a scatter chart to represent it. But more than two quantitative variables, you want to add that third dimension to understand what the third variable is doing in terms of how is that important in terms of the first and second variable. And once we see, you will see that the size of the bubbles will indicate the relationship between the first and the second quantitative variables as well. It will give a three-dimensional understanding of the relationship. Okay, so how do we create a bubble chart on Power BI? It's fairly simple. Again, all you have to do is you have to go into a data set that you want to create the bubble chart with. And this is an Excel source that I'm showing. So you go there, you go to airport data, and it will open up again. As you know, it will open up this particular canvas page once the data is loaded. If you click on the data, you will see what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about there are three quantitative variables: the TSA wait time, the cheapest on-site parking, and the annual enplanements, that is millions of passengers, the foot traffic in all these airports. So TSA wait time and cheapest on-site parking, there should be a relationship between the two. On the other hand, that relationship will be definitely affected by the annual enplanements. So annual enplanements would be the bubble that I will create along with the quantitative variables, which will create a scatter. So that scatter and bubble will give me the bubble chart. So looking at this particular data set, it seems it's fine. I will load the data set out here. Once I load the data set, it will come up out here that the data set is creating the data model. And immediately on the right hand side, you will see all the three variables that you have. If you click on this particular arrow, you will see the variables that are available for you to look at. Okay. So now, importantly, what you have to do is you have to create a scatter. If you create a scatter and then expand it to the entire canvas, then let's talk about it. What I have to do is the TSA wait time in this case would be the independent variable. And then that will impact the cheapest on-site parking. So that should be my y-axis. But on the other hand, if you remember scatter chart, what you have to do for a scatter chart, again, you have to create an index column. How do you create an index column? You go to transform data, click on transform data, and it will again open up this query. And there you can just go to add column and create an index column. Once you have created the index column, you can close this particular window and it will come back to our canvas page once again. Save yes, it will come back to the canvas page once again. Now you have this index column should go under values, and then you have a scatter chart that will pop up. However, to create the bubble, you will take this third quantitative variable, and the third quantitative variable will come under size. You can drag and drop it under size. So now you can say for this particular bubble, it tells you that for here, the TSA wait time is 10:30, so 10 minutes and 30 seconds. The cheapest on-site parking is $14, and it also tells you the millions of passengers that are boarding this particular airport. Index 0 will signify which airport is that. You can go back to the model and you know which airport is that. Index 0 in this case would be definitely Atlanta. But it will open up and you will see Atlanta is index 0. Atlanta is index 0. Atlanta is index 0. Okay, so you know that. So which airport it's talking about, the index numbers will tell you which airports it's talking about, and the bubble size will tell you the annual enplanements, that is the annual number of passengers that use that particular airport. So the bubble would be larger, the size would be larger for the bubble if you have more passengers, more foot traffic for that particular airport. So you can find three-dimensional figure once you create the bubble chart, and you can see for all other bubbles as well. The idea is fairly simple. Of course, if you have more passengers, it will increase the parking fee. It will also increase the TSA wait time, and that is something that you can see on the right hand side. On the left hand side, the bubbles are small and the parking fees are less, as well as the TSA wait time. So that's how you create a bubble chart. A bubble chart is very helpful once you have more than 2 quantitative variables, and on Power BI it's fairly simple as well. Okay, thank you.